let's go to another match. Today's match is again at Emirates Stadium, but I'll bring a different perspective. It'll be more towards brand activations, how I see the importance of players working on their image, working on their profiles, and I'll bring some reflections throughout the journey. Weather's not really great today, but let's go. Today I saw a brand is still using players who are no longer at the club, and for me, that says everything how powerful and yet how misunderstood image rights really is in football, especially from the player side. Bringing it to the football environment, people not even affiliated with the club can surf the wave and capitalize on it, and that's how how powerful this ecosystem is. And if you take a step back and really look around, brands are impacting us all the time. Wherever you go, there's always something. There's a logo, there's a message, there's a product placed in the right moment. They're constantly marking territory, and none of this is random. It's all engineered if you think. Even the things that you don't consciously notice, like for example the angle of a logo, the placement of a stand, who is next to who, all of it has a meaning behind, and this is what most players don't realize. You're not just playing in this environment, you are part of it, and everything here is built on attention. Fans buying shirts with sponsors on them and wearing them, they literally become distribution. But more than that, they also become association, because when a fan wears that shirt, they're not just supporting the club, they're reinforcing the brand that's attached to it. And perception is everything. Because in football, people don't separate things. If they see you next to a brand, they connect you to it. It's almost like automatically. And this is where it connects to players as well. Because if all of this exists around attention, players sit right at the center of it. But here's the difference. Brands understand this, players, most of the time, don't. Everything here is intentional. Every brand you see, they are paying to be here, and that's not a small money, that's a serious investment. So you have to ask yourself, why would you spend that much just to be visible? Because this is where the attention lives, and attention converts. And this is something that I think players needed to understand, because I was really shocked when I was analyzing the brands at the stadium today, and I saw an advertisement still running with Jorginho and Zinchenko. And even though they've already left the club. I couldn't miss this. So I had to come and have a look when they posted that picture on socials, and I see here November 2024. So it's been a while, and yet March 2026 and the picture was still there. Speaking of brands, two players that are not playing for the club anymore, they're still on the advertisement, and I'm pretty sure somebody forgot to remove it here, but it's quite concerning when it comes to the image rights, because yeah, two players are not playing for the club anymore and they're still there. So how do we do? Now there are cases and cases, because technically this can still be allowed. Most image rights contracts include clauses that allow brands to continue using materials that were already produced or campaigns that were already live, even after the contract ends. So this might not be a legal issue, but it is certainly a strategic one, because just because something can stay up doesn't mean it should. And this is where players lose control without even realizing, because your image can still be out there in a context that no longer represents where you are, and you're not even part of the decision anymore. From the brand side, it's efficiency. From the player side, it's positioning. And those two things don't always align. So when we talk about image rights, it's not just about saying yes to a deal, it's about understanding where is it going to be used, for how long, in what context, and what happens when things change. Because things in football change all the time. A player's career on the pitch has a time limit, but their image, if it's built right, it compounds, it grows, and it keeps working long after the last match. The brands already know this. It's time for the players to start thinking the same way.